Do I need to start my channel? And the answer is absolutely. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, today is the day to do it. Seize the moment. Nothing like a new fresh year. If you want to start your channel, go for it. Dive in, jump in, be encouraged. You just have to be willing to put the work in. It's a lot of work, guys. Let me tell you. As somebody who's a wife, a mom, an educator, 3 children, it is a lot of work. But relaxes me, it brings me joy, it is my passion, and I absolutely love it. Hello there, welcome to my channel. This is Tamara, and my channel is called Lovemybabies Forever. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about my YouTube journey, the things that I've learned, and the things that I'm still learning. Some of the things that I think before you start a YouTube channel, you should be aware of. This is a collaboration that is being hosted by the Sophisticated Ladies, and I am the host for this month. And the other members of the Sophisticated Ladies Club are Kel of If It Ain't Cheap, I'm Not Buying It, Robin, Miss Robin of It's Just Me Robin, Tammy of Tammy Thompson TVMG, Miss Penny at Penny's Place. So I'm going to count down in order of importance from 5. First of all, my channel is a decor DIY channel. Okay, so I mostly do DIYs, tablescapes, home tours. I've had an awesome year here on YouTube, and I've not met a year yet. It'll be a year officially February, I think February 23rd, right? So I've been an avid YouTube watcher for years and years and years, and decided to start my channel. And my first video was a tablescape video, the all-white tablescape video. And that was a collaboration. I never heard of a collaboration before. But for something for me to do, I had no idea what that was. At any rate, so saying all that to say, I wish I had started my YouTube channel years and years ago, because once you get started, you realize how much further you still have to go, especially if you're trying to become monetized. Like when I started YouTube, it was never, I didn't even know what monetization was, right? However, I knew that, I knew you could get paid on YouTube. I just love crafting and I love decorating. Like I always say in one of those videos, I am the type of person that I would be decorating my home anyway. I would be making DIYs anyway, so it really didn't matter. It wasn't anything extra I was doing in terms of the content. Where I found my struggle was the process of creating a video. Okay, so number 5, I wish I had started before, right? So for those of you who are out there and you're watching YouTube videos and you're like, man, I have something that I can add to the YouTube space, join in. YouTube is waiting for you, right? There's so much content, and every content appeals to so many different people. You never know. When I started my channel, I had about 20 or 30 subscribers already. And that is because I'm an avid YouTube watcher and I love leaving comments and interacting with my favorite YouTubers. So I guess they would just normally return the favor and, you know, subscribe back to me even though I wasn't putting out content, right? So number 5 is I wish I had started earlier, because I can just imagine how far I probably would have been by now if I had started earlier. But I digress, because everything happens in due time for such a time as this. For the season, they're supposed to happen when they're supposed to happen. So yes and no. The biggest reason I never started my channel earlier was this fear of failure, and this fear of being scrutinized, this fear of rejection, this fear of the negativity. And I am not one for the negative. And I don't mind people being, because you put yourself out there, right? So I don't mind people being critical to a certain degree, but when it comes from a mean place, and you can tell that mean spirit when you see it or read it, right? So if it's coming from a mean place, mm-mm. And I remember I used to email back and forth for a little while. Candy Poo from Candy Poo Vlog Life, and Sharon, she's so fabulous. This is when Sharon just started her channel. And I used to tell her, because I shared some of the DIYs and some of the stuff that I did, and both of them were just so encouraging. We're like, sis, you're so talented. Come on, join, go for it. Just go for it. You've got this. And they were like, don't worry about the negativity, block people or whatever. Just go. And I never took that advice. And that's one of the things that I regret, that I didn't start sooner, right? But like I said, everything happens for a reason. I'm supposed to start now, and this was the time for me. And I truly believe that. So number 4 is the content part. The first thing you have to figure out is, where is your niche going to be? Where is that space, whether it's crowded or not, right? Where is that space that you are passionate about? Where is that space that you get up and you can't wait to make that content, right? That is what you have to figure out as your the next big thing that you have to do. So once I figured out, I started with tablescapes, and then I started saying, man, yeah, I do love tablescapes, but I like creating and having beauty around me, but I love creating. I love my hands doing something. So a lot of my tablescapes, I always added some type of DIY or some type of extra something in there. And then I realized, oh, there are DIY collaborations. Okay, cool. Let me try to parlay into that realm. So in the beginning of my channel, I had a lot of tablescapes, and then I started slowly to tip my toe into the DIY world. Tablescapes I can do with my eyes closed. Tell me a color, tell me a theme, boom, I got it. But then with a DIY, also if you tell me the theme or the type, yeah, I can figure it out. But I struggle where I'm thinking, where am I going to put it all? If I'm just making DIYs, not because I need them, but just because I'm creating content. So that is the thing that I still struggle with. We all have limited space, right? And I don't yet sell or do anything in terms of marketing with my DIYs, and I always get compliments on the things that I make. Like, for example, like this stuff right here, I literally just made this yesterday for a challenge. So this is one of those Dollar Tree signs, and it's wrapping paper and a love sign. These are just Christmas ornaments, and I added some eyelash trim to them, this type of stuff. Beads, holder for whatever you want. So I made this, and it came in perfect timing because I needed it, right? So I'm filming in my craft space. I'm trying to reorganize and redecorate the space, and so I thought, oh wow, those are the colors that I'm actually going for in here, so I can do that DIY challenge. Once you've figured out the type of content that you want to make, you then have to learn how to create your content, right? So what angles do you film a DIY at? How do you film a tablescape video? What do you focus on? How long should you try to make your video? These are questions that you need to ask yourselves if you're doing whatever the content is. What's the research that you need to do to see how other people who are successful in your field, how they do it? What are the things that you need to know in terms of, okay, if you're gonna, the first time I created a video, I had no clue what a thumbnail was. Never heard of it before. I had no clue how to edit the video. And especially I was doing a collaboration and there was, okay, we'll use YouTube etiquette for collaborations. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what is that? I don't want to be non-etiquette. That's not even a word. I don't want to not use etiquette. And so that was another struggle, right? So make sure that you know the lingo, right? Make sure that you understand what these things mean before you get started. And every genre or every niche in YouTube will have their own language and their own things that you need to know, right? So learning how to add a video to a playlist, learning even how to create a playlist, learning how to create your thumbnail, how to do your channel trailer, how to do your what is that, your channel art. You have to learn how to do those things, and you have to be a quick study. I'm looking down at my notes because I don't want to miss anything. You have to be a quick study, right? And then the next thing that I would like to talk about is the lack of sleep. Nobody tells you. It's like when I think about it this way. I've had 3 babies, been pregnant 3 times. And nobody tells you the things that will really happen during your pregnancy, right? Nobody tells you that you will go from a size 7.5 shoe to anywhere between an 8.5 and a size 10, depending on the cut and where the shoe was made. Nobody tells you that stuff. Nobody tells you you will know exactly that this is a notebook. However, you're trying to say the word notebook and it just won't come. Why? Pregnancy brain, post-pregnancy brain. Sometimes you just cannot remember the name of a napkin. You cannot remember that thing is called a placemat. You don't know how many videos I've had to re-edit and reshoot because I could not remember to talk about the placemat because I couldn't remember the name for it. Like, what is that again? Table runner? What is that? Right? Nobody tells you those things. So the biggest thing that I think nobody tells you about in YouTube is the lack of sleep. Okay? Be prepared for it. YouTube is going to be, if you don't have a job currently, YouTube is going to be your first job, your second job, and your third job, right? For those of us who work full-time, it's having 2 more jobs. So now, like, you know, what's that show? In Living Color, talking about the Jamaican. Amon, yep, you're a real Jamaican because you have 20 jobs just with YouTube. YouTube is a lot because the content might be really simple and come easy to you. But the editing, I know a lot of people who don't even bother editing. I'm not one of those. You have to edit your videos. You have to do voiceovers. The editing process. So when you put out a video that is 5 minutes long, nobody knows that behind the scenes, that sucker took you 10 hours to do, right? Depending on the video. That took you 10 hours start to finish, off and on. Or it took you 7 hours. Heck, it took you 2 days, right? So those are the things that you need to be mindful of. The lack of sleep, you know, the balance. You have to learn to find that balance. And honestly, I'm still learning how to try to find that balance. YouTube communities. Now, I'm blessed to be a part of 2 YouTube communities, right? So I'm in the Tablescape community and I'm also in the DIY community. And I cannot tell you the people who have poured into my channel, the people who have just been so supportive for no reason. For no reason. I don't know them from Adam. They've never seen me, never heard of me, nothing. And the tons of love and support and guidance that I have received here on YouTube is immeasurable. And so because that was given to me, I try to do the same to others. So if you ever need to know how to do XYZ, if I know how to do it, I'm going to share that information. Just ask, right? So I never expected that I would become friends and have good friendships with people that I watch on YouTube. I mean, that boggles my mind, right? Not that, you know, we're celebrities or anything like that, but to see somebody that you've been inviting into your home for years, and now you are speaking to that person on a personal level, sharing things about each other, and you're just like, what? This is unheard of. So I've had so many people who I've lucky to have met here on YouTube who have been who have been tremendous. Oh, I was also gonna say that people in these communities, they share your passion, they share your love for whatever it is that you do. They share your struggles, they share with your losses, your wins. You could talk to them and say, oh my gosh, this video plummeted, or this video did great, or oh, this so-and-so got this many subscribers, so-and-so got monetized. And we're just so excited genuinely for each other, right? And so that is also one of the other things that I really enjoy about being on YouTube that I did not expect, that community. Last but not least, or the first thing, is you have to know about this thing called the algorithm. When you create a YouTube channel, YouTube runs off of ads and things of that sort, right? So when you think that you're really getting paid off of, you know, how many comments you have, or how many people, how many subscribers you have, people watching your videos, and how long they're watching your videos for. That's the long and short of it. So when you get into the algorithm is what determines how your channel gets seen, and who it gets sent to, and who it gets recommended to, if it gets recommended, right? So the algorithm is the most important thing that you need to know about on YouTube if your goal is monetization. Now that's another word. Monetization just means that your channel is now in the position where it's making money, right? So when you, because I never understood it when I was watching videos. I would always wonder, well, how come I can just click and the video starts right away, and there's no commercials, but when I click on this person's video, I have to sit through these commercials. And I never understood that was the difference between being monetized and not, right? So there are two components to monetization. Number one is the number of subscriptions that you have, and number two, certainly the most important, is your watch time hours. So number one, number of subscriptions. YouTube designates that you must have at least 1,000 subscribers in order to be monetized, and in addition to 4,000 watch hours. Okay, so monetization requires 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. So the first time you think about it, you're like, okay, all right, I guess I'm trying to get to 1,000. But then when you realize 1,000 subscribers is not as important as 4,000 watch hours. Why? Somebody's video can take off and they can hit 1,000 subscribers in a day, 2 days, a week, a month. There are people who they came and they got their 1,000 subscribers very quickly on YouTube, right? So the hardest part is getting those watch hours. Because when you look at your video and you go into your YouTube studio and they're like, oh, you have this many minutes. And you're like, okay, cool. I got 3,000 minutes. 3,000 minutes. 3,000 minutes is probably
30 hours
of watch hours. You need 4,000, right? So that is should be your, if monetization is your goal, watch hours should be the most important thing. So you have to put out a lot of content. And unfortunately, I'm just not in a position to be putting out the type of content that is required to make the watch hours, right? So I had times where I was putting out 6 and 7 videos a week, but again, those were I really just started YouTube just for the fun of it, and I fell in love with it, right? But at the same time, if there's money out there to be made, I'm not an idiot. Sure, I would love to be monetized, but that is not where I am right now. I'm not even close to being monetized. Whatever your goal is, just go for it, right? If this video could give you any piece of advice, it's just go for it. Jump in there, start the process, and learn the things that you need to learn. Find you a group of people who are willing to share the information. I don't have a problem sharing the information. Why? Because I would love that somebody would have shared it with me, or I love the fact that other people have shared information with me. And certainly, there is enough out there for everybody, right? So regardless of your content, the most important word for a YouTuber is algorithm, right? So I just want to say I am so excited to be on this journey. I am so excited for the people who have subscribed to my channel, the people who have watched my videos and commented on my videos. And I am truly, truly appreciative, because I feel like there, you know, I don't know how to describe it. They're just things that I do, that I've been blessed to be able to do, and truly grateful for that. Grateful to God for that. So if I can help or share inspiration with anyone and can motivate them to say, hey, you don't have to go out and spend $50 on a little wreath. You can make it yourself. Here, go and do things on a budget inexpensively. That is how I do things, and it doesn't have to look like it is inexpensive, right? So I also just wanted to remind you, it's okay. You're going to feel, naturally, you're going to feel like the spotlight is on you, and you are going to feel, that comes naturally to a lot of people. You're going to feel nervous, but just go ahead and do it, right? It's okay for you to be nervous. You don't even have to be on camera if you don't want to. Like, I rarely come on camera, but for a video like this, I felt like I needed to. Right? Still go ahead and do it, right? You never know. You might just take off. You never know. So you won't know until you try. So take my advice, start your channel today. YouTube is waiting on you. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. I hope that found something that was valuable that you could take away, and please go on and check out the playlist with all my other collaborators, my sisters. And also, once you've checked out the playlist, go ahead and subscribe to their channels and watch their content. Watch their watch hour playlist. And also, guys, don't forget just to be kind to each other. Don't forget, we have a new year, new opportunity to do some awesome things. And yeah, just jump in. Go ahead, get started. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything that I can do to help you as you are preparing to start your journey, or you've already started your channel. So this is, if you've already started your channel and you still need to know a few things, hey, these videos are going to be very, very helpful to you. So just go on down the playlist and see what the other ladies are talking about, because all of our experiences are going to be different, right? So all our information is going to depend on our experience. So I thank you guys for your support as always. Don't forget to stay safe. I hope that you guys are happy and healthy and blessed. And I will talk to you in my next video. This is Tamara saying, be blessed.